here?
Yeah. I'm here.
Right, folks, thanks very much for your patience. We've had a couple of technical hitches, but here we are. First job of the day. I'd like to introduce you to the new Mrs. Howitt. And thank everyone for coming today to share our special day and celebrate our wedding. In particular, some special thanks to people who've come a long way for this. Chris Bell's come from Canada. We've got Stephen and Letitia in the back corner, have come from France. Vicky Farouk and baby Zubaida have come from Blackburn. And we've got Louise and Nick have come from Leeds as well. Kill him up. It's much appreciated if I could have done it without you, but it wouldn't have been so much fun. So but I'm going to have a really good day and just enjoy yourselves now. We've got walking over and I've got a wait after 38 years for the right one.
Whipple's a great drug.
Isn't it? Is that prof small?
Yeah, he's done it right. I think he hasn't said the chloroform.
Some special thanks Judith and Tony for producing such a beautiful daughter. And to Tony for allowing us to have your daughter's hand in marriage. It was a fraud day that when I phoned you up and I was in two minds of when that would be the best day to propose, and I had a few things in mind, and I actually got my mind set on the day and thought all I had to do was to ring Tony and pop up and have a quick man-to-man, and he was off in Thailand, was it? On a work trip? Yep. So 20 past 4. What do you mean, right? What do you mean? Sure, that was a work trip. I managed to catch him when he got off the plane at Newcastle at 20 past 4 before it came in at 5 o'clock, and then we went out for that night. And thanks very much, you agreed to be from the wife. Thanks very much to Lil and Phil.
Thank you.
Very good at that. Well, you were there in the background there. For all the flowers and the posies, very nice, and all the effort that's gone into that and the thought in preparing them. Thank you very much, much appreciated. Julia. From us both for your outstanding bridesmaids duties, organising the hen, the second hen, and in particular from me for keeping Rachel sane through all this and leading up to the wedding and getting the energy on time. Thank you very much. As you know, we just bought a house in Seaton recently, and that wouldn't have been possible without a lot of people that are here today and to get the house in the position that it is now. So I just need to thank Mum and Dad. Thanks very much for all the help with that. Judith and Anthony, Tony and Jackie, Ernie, Barry, and Michael and Claire. Thanks very much. Much appreciated. And final thanks, just thanks to everyone for the gifts that we've already received. Obviously, I haven't got through them yet, but much appreciated. Like, we've got a long way to help get our dream house prepared. Well, little Nigel. It's making a comeback.
Bless him.
I just ask you to join us in a couple of toasts. Firstly, I'll raise your glasses and toast to the bride of the day, new Mrs. Howard.
New Mrs. Howard?
Yeah, last. Mrs. Goff.
Mrs. Goff.
Or Mrs. Goff, I say people who unfortunately can't be here today because of circumstances. It was both were hawks and related. Just to join in a toast to absent friends.
Absent friends.
on it.
So this is where I'm on the best morning. I've got on that bit yet. I've seen it and I know what you were writing, so you can't blame anyone else. Difficult job. I could have picked every one of you here for best men, and you all know why. You don't know the things that you've done for us over the years. I'll be here all year. Thanks for I'll be here all year listening and be very boring for you, but I appreciate everything that you've all done over the years. So thanks very much. Toddy though. Hello Alan, it's my longest serving mate.
And Louis.
That's it, yeah. Bless him, I reckon. Bless him. I've known Toddy since we were 13, since the two middle schools met. Always was there exciting when he come from the boring one.
What are you saying?
Been through loads together over the years. Again, I could go on, but probably wouldn't be appropriate for the occasion as well. He's always been there. When I've been down, he's took us for a drink. When I've been up, he's took us for a drink. When I've been married, he's took us for a drink. He's always filled in women's toilets by saying there's a man being sick in there to divert the attention from him being in the women's toilets. So when I come out of the tap. He's a pervert. The cup fits. He's made us puke on his mother's really nice carpet over there. Which I can't pay for that. Can I say that? I mean, I think that probably, for me, the most significant was when we went out a couple of years ago, and people come and go and you have a drink. Some people get on your nerves, and some people don't, and we're at the bar and says, look, it's just, come away and we just sort of get on with it. There's not really any issues, and we don't have to speak to each other, and as you know, people know well, he doesn't really go into conversation much. So just put on in their room and get on with things, and we're really comfortable. Get up in the morning, he mixes a coffee, he does what he needs to, I get sorted and stuff. So that's quite touching. So went out the next day fishing, came back in the next day from the fishing. So lie in the bed, relax for going out in the night time, and the next thing I see is, and it scarred us for life, is Michael standing in the shower naked with these new fishing rods, cleaning them in the shower, taking more care than he takes care of himself. So, what can I say? Thanks for having me. And I'll hand you over to you. Something on the bottom with Toddy's handwriting that says, and finally I've got to say, Todd is my best man. He's a lot better than me in bed, and he's hungry.
It's a dog.
Don't know how to follow that. Good afternoon, everyone. Is anyone nervous?
Not anymore.
I need to start with a little bit of housekeeping today. I've got a couple of little envelopes here. Firstly, not to sort of exclude anyone, with Letitia being from France, we're getting a translation done of the speech.
Oh, Michael, you just think of everything.
Although English is better than mine, she struggles with the Geordie, so you can follow it through with that. And also, due to a concentration span of about 5 minutes.
Where's my helmet? Can you help us?
So you should be alright for 5 minutes.
Cheers, you.
Don't go off the lines, alright?
You can start now. Secondly, during the speech, I'm going to refer to Nigel as Guff. This name has evolved over years, and we're now at a stage where even his dad, Michael's called him Guff. Well, I'm not sure the mums approves or even knows what to do with. I'm not going to bore you from where the name sort of Guff came from, but what I will say, it's probably one of the better names he's actually had. He could have been stuck with names such as Jibber, Impasse, Boats, beehive.
That was a good haircut.
Banana.
The 60s.
Undernourished monkey, his excessive body hair. Or even he could have been stuck with Nigel. Anyway, for those who don't know me, I'm Todd, one of Guffs' friends. And I've been his best man today. It is actually a great honour. And, but in all honesty, I'm obviously a little bit nervous doing this. In order to reduce this nervousness and tension, I've actually rehearsed the speech in front of a live audience. It was at the local old people's home. I think it went quite good. Well, the old peed themselves anyway. As he's already mentioned, he had a choice of many good friends, and a lot of them obviously he had to deal. Sure, it's a bit sort of sadistic though, the choice that he's actually had. Well, he's chose the only one who's dyslexic and renowned for being antisocial. And some say a little ignorant. And just last week he tells us that the speeches are going to be before dinner, meaning no one, well, bar me and probably Guff, has had a decent drink. The decision to make me best man may have been more to do with a well-weighted revenge after a few instances from our past, such as the gibber years, dead-on competitions with me and Sparksy, his dad's broken knife on Duke and Edinburgh Ward. Setting them on fire.
It happens.
In an incident involving a bedroom, a wardrobe and two friends and an undernourished monkey. I could have been the fireworks display at his home address or two uninvited guests at the party. I just feel that he hasn't really appreciated my friendship. Looking around the room now, his decision making may have been for other reasons. I mean the decision making is probably the better of the two evils, and I'm looking at who's sitting there. He could have chose Belle. Hand up, Belle. Hey. This would have spoiled the quality of the wedding photos. That would have required a couple of blues to get through it. Sparksy, hand up. We'd had a few things to sort out. Well, then it would be a little bit late. And with his previous for catastrophes, it was safer to leave alone. Johnson, hand up with the camera. Would have been a little bit tame as a true gent as he is, but he's probably still suffering from alcohol poisoning from the start. But I think he's still suffering from Sparky's wedding too. And finally, Hobie, that's the lad with the crayons over there. Although he's got more pattern than a Chinese army in flip-flops.
Get your hands strong, yeah?
His language and manner isn't always to everyone's taste, although it is to me.
And me.
After Guff met Rachel, all knew she'd be the one for him. Around 15 years he's younger, beautiful, chatty, caring and loving. He'd met a very rare and special one. The lads recognised this and began to plot how not to be chosen as best man. Some of these measures were quite extreme, with one moving away 3,000 miles and another lad committing an armed robbery.
No, you did. No, you did.
So the honour has come down to the dyslexic, ignorant man. I think for Guff's own amusement. Guff is a decent, honest bloke who knows how to treat the ladies.
Singular.
Shortly after meeting Rachel, he told me they were going on holiday to Wales. At least that's what I thought he said. And he says he was going to bang her all week. details any of the funny stories, although I have touched on a few. Details in the open forum wouldn't really be appropriate, would it?
No.
It wouldn't be really appropriate for me to talk about how a friend broke into Guff's house one night and took naked photographs of him while he was drunk to sleep on his bed.
Wouldn't be appropriate.
These photos were taken with a stolen camera from a friend's sister. The same friend then returned the camera unnoticed into the bag it was stolen from. Imagine our surprise when the film was processed. Pictures of an undernourished monkey on it. She must have thought she'd been to the zoo. Thankfully, she didn't have those photos destroyed and I was able to get a few copies.
You've got to say.
Oh, sorry, that's from a different lesson. That last photo there is obviously from a different break into his house. But again, it wouldn't be right for me to talk about how two of his so-called friends broke into his house and hid in his wardrobe. Nah, it's too close to home. The rest of the wardrobe tale is censored due to its content. He was quite sensitive and sort of upset on that occasion. Right? He didn't seem to see the funny side of it.
Only for a few years.
Tell me about his sensitivity. We can all open envelopes on your desk now. Guff is well known for his sensitivity and his ability to freely show his emotions. This was evident in early holiday I had to give up so it's obviously spoke to me. Basically, upon leaving after a 2-week holiday, Guff broke down so bad me out. So the hugging and cuddling this way to all mental. Just in case anyone has got
Can I see the picture? That's on there, okay.
When he was there sobbing and sort of crying on and obviously started laughing. In fact, we all started laughing, the sport started verified. And all he could hear was him saying, he turned around and he goes, I don't care. He says, one day you'll all be able to show your emotions too. It's just quite evident that
I'll wait for that day. It's only me, so far.
thankfully that day has never come where I've sobbed over a Turkish mirror. I appreciate the moment, that's obviously and a special one done for you also.
Alright, go.
Obviously, you have to go into a bit about marriage. And I'd like to say I've been happily married for many years now, and plan to be together for many more. During that time, I've learned a lot in order to give my best friend a good sort of starting life. I want to pass my experiences on to him. Last night I was telling him a few proverbs. The three that stick in my mind are, and a wedding is like a 3-ring circus: engagement ring, wedding ring, and then suffer ring. And also telling him a man is incomplete until he is married. After that he is finished. Finally, love is blind, but marriage is a real eye-opener. They say that the best man's speech is the groom's worst 5 minutes of the day, or the bride's worst 5 minutes of the day. However, come later tonight. At this point, I'd like to propose a toast and thank both Guff and Rachel for inviting us today, and say that we're all delighted to be here on a joyous occasion. I'm sure I speak for us all in here today to say, like, we wish you a very sort of long and happy marriage together.
Guff and Rachel.
Guff and Rachel.
Nigel and Rachel.
Sorry, Nigel and me.
To the Guffs!
There I go.
I know you both worked through a lot of stress and hassle over the previous months with the house sale, purchase, decorating, arranging the wedding and the holiday. And it's testament to your love together, how much you both work together and managed to get through this. Marriage is all about working together. This point I would like to show my appreciation with a couple of gifts for the bride and groom. As many of you know, Guff is a keen fisherman and regularly end up first in those competitions. Well, I'm very lucky to have Claire, who gives us a little bit of slack.
He eats little Guffs already.
Can we?
I've seen quite a lot of smaller fishing careers go down the pan after marriage. For that reason, I'm obviously presenting Guff with a pair of fish for a little bit more practice on those long nights in case Rachel doesn't let you out. I've also got two of our small gifts. I don't know which one's yours and which one's Rachel's, so you guess.
That's mine.
Go fish.
I'm not sure if you want to open them now, actually.
That's a lot, buddy. Yeah, we will.
It's traditional to say a few words about the bride. The first impression of Rachel was that she was a beautiful, witty, charming, clever, friendly and thoughtful person. When she agreed to marry Guff, it totally proved to me the old adage, opposites really do attract. Anyone that can put up with Guff this long gets mine vote.
Thank you very much.
After saying and meaning all those words for Rachel, I'm still thankful she doesn't have to speak. As we all know how long that would take and I'm starving. I'd also like to get to the next function. Saying that we've still got the dad to come. I'm sure you all agree Rachel would make the most wonderful wife. She looks absolutely stunning. Rachel and Guff are a pair of the most genuine, nice people who deserve each other. And I'm sure everyone here does wish you both a very long and happy marriage together. Hopefully it'll not be long before we see a few Guffs running around.
Over the Howitz.
Would you like to introduce the father of the bride? Mr. Tony.
Pleased to meet you all.
And you.
Thank you very much. Well, how are you for that? I'm waiting to see you. You put me on Thursday. You could have followed me to look even better. But anyway. Well, it's lovely to see the sun anyway, well, shining bright and dark amongst all of us here today. And I must admit how lovely we all look today, especially the bride and groom. So I'd like to thank you all for sharing this wonderful day filled with new memories for Rachel. And just like to share a few memories of my own about Rachel. So you're alright, it's sort of half hour, like this is your life, it's just a few words. You know, I've got like, are you hungry? No. So anyway, Rachel, tap, ball, shovel, tap, ball, shuffle. I'm sure anyone who knows Rachel, or has been with Rachel for any length of time, knows that one. The sound of tap, ball, shovel, along with Yankee Doodle Dandy, Chattanooga Choo Choo, all this sort of stuff sticks. It's there all the time. Always will be. I could probably sing all them songs backwards. The amount of time she was dancing around like, with her nan, her mum, everybody.
So I was 22 at the time, though, weren't you?
Yeah, dancing around to Swanee. How I love you, how I love you. Alright, in the house, in the kitchen, tapping away. And then came the Sound of Music. And the Sound of Music's still here. And it's still there. I'm sure Rachel and Lane's just been to Salzburg, I believe. So, Sound of Music. Sometimes I wish Maria could have solved the problem of breaking the video. Because honestly, it used to get right on everybody's. But anyway. So as Rachel got a bit older, I went Disney, Jolsons and everything, but never ever the Sound of Music. Sound of Music stayed there all the way along. When she got a little bit older, we faced puberty. But along came it, Bill and Ted. Bill and Ted's Most Excellent Adventure. Remember? Yeah, she went through that Emma Wayne's World. So as you can tell, this is our thing with Rachel through